Bienvenidos a este nuevo vídeo de Vive. Estamos en la Feria de este en 2019 en el stand de Pandasaurus y a mi lado tengo al gran Nathan. How are you, Nathan?
Fantastic, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
To be here in this stand with this piece of art, Machi Koro Legacy.
Yep.
We can't wait for it.
Me either.
I think it's doing super well here in the fair.
It's doing really well for us in English, and I know the response has been really, really positive. Reviewers have been very happy, players have been very happy. It's been selling really well for us, and we're just so excited that people can play the game finally.
Super cool.
Yep.
So people is always asking about legacy games, you know, like I want this legacy game, this other legacy game, and now we have the Machi Koro Legacy. Maybe it was not the first thing it came to my mind, but I've played a few times and I think it's an awesome idea.
Thank you.
So how came the idea today to make a Machi Koro Legacy game?
So we've been talking to Rob Daviau, who's one of the two designers of the game. Rob obviously did Risk Legacy, Pandemic Legacy, Betrayal Legacy, all the legacy games. And Rob had never done a more casual, family-friendly legacy game. And so he had the idea of what if we made a legacy game that people could play in 45 minutes a game, that you could play with your kids, even with your friends in a more casual setting where the game's not as long each, but you still got to make interesting decisions. And that he came to us and he's like, you know, Machi Koro is a brand that I like, it's a fun game, and I'd like to see what we could do to turn that into a legacy game with a cool story. And I think he was really inspired by Japanese culture and Japanese history, and he thought that that would be a really cool story to tell throughout the game.
Cool, because well, Machi Koro, it's a game that it's familiar, and we have sold a lot of them. So maybe it's your first legacy game. That's the way.
That's the idea. Like, or you know, maybe you play Pandemic Legacy or a different legacy game with your gamer group, but you have a family or you have friends that don't play as many games. This is a great one for them. Or if you've never played a legacy game before, this is a great one to start with because it's going to be pretty easy to understand, not as complicated, and still a lot of fun with a whole lot of interesting decisions.
Super cool, but it's a competitive game.
Absolutely.
And it is a legacy version as well. Okay.
Yes. So yeah, you're not working together.
Okay.
You definitely want to have the best city.
It will be the mine, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I know legacy games have a lot of spoilers inside, but I think we can do a little bit. Okay, so let's see what it has inside.
It is
okay.
A rule book.
Oh,
not a spoiler.
Amazing.
Amazing. So you'll see some things that are a little bit different. There's some stickers. We don't really know what they're for yet, but maybe later on.
A waterfall. I don't know.
At some point, maybe they'll matter. You'll see everybody has player boards, which that doesn't exist in Machi Koro, but you get to name your city. Oh. There's Mount Fuji's over here, and it's got some interesting marks on it. Maybe it's for something in the game. I don't know.
It looks like a spaceship from Star Wars.
You just ruined the whole game. It turns out it's all Star Wars. But we've got some boxes. If we maybe pull one out, we're not going to open it because it says not to, but something in there.
This one seems fuller.
Maybe a little fuller. I know what's in them, so I can tell you why.
No, please. I want to keep the secret.
A little bit of punch board, some really nice. I'll open these up because.
Oh, those are nicer than.
Oh yeah.
So we can use them on the base game as well.
Of course, yeah, they're really nice plastic. Sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Very cool.
I'll clean that up later. So 2 dice, not that exciting, but you can roll them.
Really?
Yes. And I've already opened up one of these, but we've got some decks of cards.
Yeah.
This one says don't open it from this side. And this says to only open it. That's deck 3, so you don't want to start there. This is deck 2. You don't want to start there either. Deck 1, that's where you want to start.
Okay.
So I'll show you some of the cards. So the wheat field, that's pretty familiar. That's from Machi Koro. The bakery is also from Machi Koro. Starting to see some different stuff though.
Oh.
So for some reason, this doesn't have a cost on it, but has an A. So when you play the first game, you're actually going to place these here on your board. So the cost is actually printed below. And maybe that's for future games, so you don't have to maybe build the same thing for all 10 games.
Uh-huh.
There's also this, which is a community landmark, which is something new. This is something that everybody has to build together, that the city wants to build. And then some more cards. Again, here's a wheat field and the bakery. These are pretty typical. The forest is already in Machi Koro.
Yeah.
So still things you've seen. Here's something new, is a fox meadow.
Fox meadow.
See a little kitsune fox?
Oh, it's super cute.
So cute. And he's on the box cover. And he's an interesting character. I like him. We have a gold mine, which is similar to the mine, but we've got some original artwork there. Looks really nice. Furniture factory's back. The apple orchard is also back. Convenience store's back, but you'll notice that there's something missing.
The Atunero.
There's no purple cards, and there's no red cards in the first game. Maybe not. Those will come in as you play the game.
But
I mean, there's
red cards were super funny.
Stop. They are, but got some text, a little bit of story, without getting too into it, and then a nice stop arrow that says we should not show anything else.
Okay.
So I'll put these back in. But I can tell you the story. We wrote the story, Rob and J.R. Honeycutt, who's the co-designer. They worked with Masao Suganuma, who's the original designer of Machi Koro. They worked with our friends in Japan to come up with a story that's based on Japanese folklore. So I won't say anything, but it's a very authentic story that has a lot to do with Japanese history, and I think ties in the world of Machi Koro and why you care about what's going on. It gets a lot weirder than just making a city, I'll say that. I'm not going to, no spoilers, but I'll say, in Machi Koro you roll your dice, you make money, you buy a new card. You'll start out doing that. Maybe by the end of the game you're doing a lot more than just that during the game. So.
Okay, but the game is still 30 minutes each game?
30 to 45 minutes a game. So it's the same length as Machi Koro per game. The Legacy campaign is 10 games long.
10 games.
10 games. At the end of the 10th game, there will be, we call it the 11th game, and you can play that game forever. So you and your friends, the decisions that you make throughout playing this game, the cards that you decide to mark on, the things that you decide to add to the game or not add to the game will affect that final game. And you'll get your own Machi Koro Legacy that you could play forever, and it'll be different from anybody else's.
Cool.
Yep.
So as the game progresses, the things are gonna change.
Yep.
And there will be a winner of the campaign. Yeah?
There will. There will be a winner of each game, and then an overall winner of the campaign.
Okay. So we'll see.
We'll
what
see.
happens. Sure, in this rulebook, there's the place where we put the points, or not. Yeah. 10
Right
games.
Here. 10 games long.
So it's...
I have to hide that one though.
Yeah.
That other page. We do have anything that's a spoiler. We wrote it upside down. So you can't accidentally read it. But somebody can take the video and flip it now and they'll read it all. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Wow, it's amazing. And well, Machi Koro Legacy, do you have any plans to bring it on the future?
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe season 2. We don't know.
Maybe season 2.
We'll have to see.
And well, I don't want spoilers, but there are crazy things here just to maybe break. Maybe could be.
Maybe you get rid of some things. Maybe you write on some things.
Okay.
Maybe you put. There was some stickers. I don't know what those would be for, other than maybe sticking them on things. There's definitely some changing of the components while you play the game.
Okay. Well, here is Machi Koro Legacy. I can't wait to play the whole campaign. It's not going to be that long. It's like half an hour.
Half an hour, 45 minutes. So this is part of the design. If you buy this game and you have maybe a Christmas vacation or a long weekend, you can do the whole thing in one weekend instead of, not finishing a game.
Yeah, no, but this is cool because sometimes when you are with your friends, a really long legacy game, it sometimes gets in the middle.
Yeah,
But
I have a couple of those.
Yeah, but this is not gonna happen.
Exactly. You'll finish this one because it's a lot easier to get through.
Cool. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
this explanation. We will do the campaign and
Yep.
see what happens with this Machi Koro Legacy and all the story that you created.
Tell me what you think when you're done.
Okay, thank you Nathan for your
Thank
time. Thank you. Hasta el próximo video.